Okay, guys, we want to talk today about integers and graphing, and this is one of my favorite things. I don't know. I know that y'all have done this for a long time, but you've done graphing, like picture graphs, and in fifth grade. Well, you just did the first quadrant. You might have expanded into all four quadrants. Excuse me. But we'll talk about that in just a second. So the first thing we want to do is we want to start on page 27 in your book. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we want to start on page 27. And I'm going to pull these out. Okay. Okay, so at the top of page 27, it talks about the bar graph shows the amount of money remaining in the clothing budgets of 4 students at the end of 1 month. A value of negative $2 means that someone overspent the budget and owes his or her parents $2. Who has the most money left and who owes the most? Okay, so looking at this, you've got Berto, Elijah, Jenna, Myron. And if you notice, you see where 0 is across the middle. And this is where I love to use my highlighters, my colored pencils. They're really helpful. So I'm going to shade that where 0 is on there. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of just go over that so you can kind of just see where that is. So that's 0. Then I'm also going to use yellow to indicate positive, okay? And I'm going to use the red to indicate negative. And so, sorry about my arm going across there. So I'm going to shade this. So this part up here, all of this is going to be positive because you see it's 0. And then you're going, 2, 4, 6. Those are all positive numbers. And then below the 0, you've got negative 2, negative 4, negative 6, negative 8, negative 10. And they just counted by intervals of 2. No, this is supposed to be a form of red. It's looking more like an orange-ish, but that's okay. And not my best coloring, but that's all right. Y'all aren't going to judge me today, right? Good. I'm glad. Okay, now it says, what number represents owing $2? So if you owe $2, that's going to be negative 2, right? And then if you, what number represents having $2 left over? That would be positive, right? And that would just be 2. Now, with your positive integers, you do not have to write the plus sign in front of it. We know if there's no sign that it's positive, but you do have to use the negative to indicate that it's negative. Okay, otherwise it's positive. Okay, so it says, who has the most money left? Okay, so this is another great thing to do is when you have a graph like this, label your, go above your bars and put what those numbers are. So for Berto, that would be 4 here. This is 6. What's halfway between? Looks like it's about halfway between 4 and 6. So I'm going to estimate that that's about $5. Elijah would be 2. Jenna is negative 2, and Myron is negative 8. Okay, so who has the most money left? Well, it looks like Berto does, doesn't he? So Berto has $5 left, which is the most, right? Okay, now we've got, the other question was, who owes the most? Okay, well, it would be Myron, right? Because he overspent $8. So he owes the most, doesn't he? So Myron overspent $8. So he owes the most. Okay. And so what numbers represent these situations? That $5 would be 5, and then the owing the $8 or overspent would be -8. Okay. On page 28, let's look at page 28 now. On page 28, it talks about at the top, this is such good information right here. If we were in the classroom, I think I would probably have you cut this out and glue it into your journal. But since we're at home, you know, obviously you're getting to leave all this in your math book right now. So positive whole numbers, their opposites in zero, are called integers. To represent data that are less than zero, you can use negative integers. And so, like I was saying, the negative integer has the negative sign. Data that are greater than zero are represented by positive integers. And I love this, you know, here you've got 0 in the middle. Just know that 0 is neither negative nor positive. Your positive integers are to the right, your negative ones are to the left. And then it says opposites are numbers that are the same distance from 0, but in opposite directions. So like +2, the opposite of +2 is -2, because it's 2 units from 0, 2 units from 0. Okay, looking at this next part, it says generate an integer for each situation. Explain the meaning of 0 in each situation. So it says a 10-yard loss. Now, something that you might not know about me is I love, love, love to watch football. Okay, and so I like college football, I like NFL football, I like high school football. So here we're talking about a 10-yard loss. So this is in football. It says because it represents a loss, the integer is -10. In football, the integer 0 represents no yards lost or no yards gained. Okay. Scenario number 2, 4 inches of rain above normal. Because it represents above, the integer is 4. In this situation, the integer 0 represents the normal amount of rainfall. Okay. Number 3, a $48 deposit into a savings account. Because it's an increase, the integer is 48. In that situation, 0 represents neither, I should use a pen so you can see it better, neither a deposit nor a withdrawal. Okay, so looking at these, it says generate an integer for each situation. Explain the meaning of 0. So here you've got a gain of $2 a share. Okay, that's going to be a +2, and the meaning of 0 would be neither. I'm just going to make this short. Neither a gain nor a loss. Okay. How about 10 degrees below 0? Well, that's going to be -10, isn't it? And 0, well, it says the integer 0 represents 0 degrees. Okay, very good. Now let's look at page 29. Here we've got locating integers on a number line. Okay, and so it says, be sure and read this part up here, but it says locate -7 on the number line, right there, easy. Locate the set of integers on a number line, -4, +2, -1. And so they're telling you like how to do it. You draw your number line, then draw a dot at the location of each integer. Notice that the dot is on the line, not above it, not below it. And so when you're making a number line, you want your number line to go out to the same number in the positive direction and the same number in the negative direction. You can choose your intervals. You know, you can number it by 2s, by 5s, whatever is appropriate for your data. Right here, it says locate the set of integers 0 to -3 on the number line. Draw the number line, then draw a dot at the location of each integer. So this one, they did a vertical number line. You know, this always reminds me of like a thermometer or for temperature and stuff. And so they put 0 here, +2, -3. So down here, they want you to locate each set of integers on the number line. Here, they drew the number line for you. Here, you're going to have to draw the number line. And, oh, no. They put it over here for you. So sorry. So right here, we've got -3. Okay, so we're going to put a dot on -3. We're going to put a dot on 0, a dot on -2, and a point on +4. Easy, right? Okay, this one, we've got 8, -6, -9. Ooh, I love this one. -9. We only have -8 and -10. -9 would be halfway in between, right? +5. We've got 2 and 4 and 6. So wouldn't that be halfway between the 4 and 6? Cool. Easy, huh? Okay. Now looking on the back. It says Alana and her dad played golf 4 different days. The data set shows Alana's scores in a relationship to par. Now, if you don't know about golf, par is like they determine how many times you should try to, like how many strokes it would take to get the ball into the, I forgot what it's called, into the hole, okay? And so, like if they said that for a certain, like if it's the first hole, then you're playing 9 holes of golf. The first hole, they're saying that the par is 4. That means to get a perfect score for that one, then you should have 4 strokes or less, okay? So it says, locate the scores on the number line. Explain the meaning of 0 in the situation. Okay, so we've got the number line. It says, then draw a dot at the location of each golf score. We've got that. And it says the 0 represents par. Okay, kind of a weird one because if you don't know anything about golf, that's going to be a little bit difficult. But that's okay. We'll move on. So what I want you to do is I want you to do the guided practice on page 30. Do 1 through 6. And then your independent practice on page 31. Let's do 1 through 8. Okay. So that would be page 30. 1 through 6 on page 30. And then on page 31, 1 through 8. Okay. Very good. Well, I hope this is helpful for you, and I will see everybody in class.